Alrighty, y'all. So I am back with another video. I just wanted to stop in here again and go over basically the trade that I took last night that I then closed this morning. So essentially, you may or may not know, but you probably do, that AWS had an outage that occurred yesterday. All right, so my audio got kind of messed up there, so I just kind of want to just speak over the video and just kind of let y'all know what was going on. So basically, I started out on the 4-hour chart. I did clean up the chart on as far as the day chart and the 4-hour chart. So I did clean up the chart first. But then after that, I moved down to the 4-hour chart, and from here, basically, I marked off the 4-hour Fibonacci levels, as you can see there in the video, represented by the purple price levels. So here soon, I'm just going to mark off or draw out the Fibonacci levels using the Fibonacci tool, just to kind of show y'all how I got those price levels that are marked off in the purple, light purple there. And you can kind of see as I draw it out that the levels match up with the, relatively they match up with the Fibonacci levels there, the 23, the 38, the 50, and the 61% there. So basically here what I'm trying to explain is that basically I created alerts for myself on the 1-hour chart, basically where I am mapping out or setting an alert for myself for when price goes below that 90 level on the RSI, on the relative strength index, and whenever price crosses or comes out of that, or crosses, I guess, the 10 level mark on the RSI. It's basically for the 1-hour chart, and it's basically on a per bar close. That's pretty much what I was talking about there. And then right here, basically I've gone down to the 1-hour chart, and I'm just trying to show you guys like basically how I draw out the Fibonacci level on the 1-hour chart, and showing how basically the price levels in the light blue are pretty much matching up to the Fibonacci levels, or to the Fibonacci tool that I just drew out. So you see the 23% mark, you see the 38% mark, the 50% mark, and the 61% mark there. And relatively, the price levels in the light blue are lining up with that Fibonacci tool there. And so basically I'm saying that on Top Step I wasn't able to trade the night before due to the AWS outage. And so I was able to take a trade last night, and I'm basically just explaining that I was able to wait up until 10 o'clock, again, due to the alerts that I've set on the 1-hour chart for the relative strength index. Basically, again, where price, the candlestick basically closes below that 90 level, or it closes above that 10 level mark on the RSI. And in this case, since I was anticipating price going down, and that's what I'm showing right there by kind of hovering my mouse over that alert right there. So the 90.88 is what I have marked off for the RSI on the, I guess it's the two close, but basically again, it's just representing whenever the candlestick closes below that 90 mark, and that's what I'm showing there, once per bar close, that's when I'll get an alert. And so basically that's been helping me to not get into the trade prematurely, because what I was doing beforehand is like whenever price would just touch the 90 level, I would be looking to get into a trade. And as you can kind of see, I think I'm going to mark it out there here soon, is that price can be in that oversold or overbought position for a while. So just because price simply touches that 90 level mark doesn't mean that it's time to get into a trade, because price can definitely be oversold or overbought for a while. So that's pretty much the adjustment that I've made here lately. And so the sound just kind of went out for a while, so I'm gonna just kind of keep talking here. So basically what I'm showing right here is that when price came down, after it alerted me, the candlestick closed, and the candlestick closed below that 90 mark. The RSI was pretty far down, I guess it's down the range, if you will. So it kind of concerned me because again, I'm not necessarily used to getting into a trade unless, you know, the line chart is showing the line, for lack of words, being in that 90 range. So it was kind of a concern, but I went ahead and got into it because I did see that basically we had a 1 hour break of structure, which is represented by that line there where the mouse is hovering over. So that 1 hour break of structure that I'm outlining right there was kind of my cue to go ahead and get in. Now, I didn't wait for basically price to come back to that 1 hour break of structure, which is what I just showed by moving the mouse to kind of where it was around like maybe 10 o'clock today, this morning. Basically, I went down to the 5 minute. I was just trying to make sure that at least we had a break of structure, or a break of the previous candlestick's low, in conjunction with the alert that I just got from the RSI being below that 90 level mark. So here I'm going down to the 5 minute chart, and in the 5 minute chart, I'm basically getting in. Or this is basically where I got in on my trade. You can kind of see that the trend line is drawn up there to my left, and we also had the volume profile. So the volume profile, I didn't have it necessarily marked off. I didn't mark it off. So where it's at right now, it's extended. It's you know, basically tracking in real time. But the night before, the volume area high was pretty much above. Maybe now, or you know, I guess it was closer to where the Asian high is, which is represented by that purple line at the top. So that gave me a little bit more, like, made me feel more confident in going ahead and getting into the trade. So from here, basically, I'm just showing that price was below that 5 SMA line, and it was also below that 21 SMA line, as you can see right there, so which is that light blue line. So that also made me feel confident in going ahead and getting into the trade, because again, basically this was not like, I wasn't necessarily adhering to like my, you know, entry rules, if you will. But basically I'm showing right here is that, you know, as far as 5 minute structure is concerned, it basically price did break the low of the 5 minute market structure. So that also made me feel good, and I'll go ahead and mark that up on pretty much the next screen on Top Step where it shows my entries. I'll be marking that up here soon, but basically all of those things, with also price being in like an order block, a major order block, and the break of the trend line, made me feel confident in getting into the trade. So right here you can see basically what I'm showing is that I'm now on the Top Step X trading platform, and you can see my entry and my exit represented by the downward red arrow. That was my entry, and then the blue arrows pointing up is where I got out this morning. Basically, I got into 5 contracts, one by one. So I got into it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah, and then you can also see my entry or my exit. Basically, when I got out this morning, I got out originally at 4 contracts. And I trailed my last contract above the 5 minute structure. And so here, basically, again, I'm just kind of showing where my entry is. Now we're on the 5 minute. I'm going to go ahead and draw out that 5 minute break of structure just so that you guys can see it. Basically, what I'm saying as well is that I was pretty proud of myself for waiting, because again, I was kind of tempted to get in pretty early because I wanted to go to bed. It was kind of late for me. I'm trying to do better about going to sleep earlier. So basically, again, what you're going to see here is me drawing out that 5 minute break of structure. So you can see it now. And then you can also see my entry again represented by that downward red arrow. So basically I got in on that green candlestick that was pushing back into what I'm drawing out is that 5 minute order block right there. Is literally what I did. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and got in, and then I put my stop loss pretty much right above this high right here. And I don't think I have stop losses marked up. Yeah, I do. Okay, so that was my stop loss right above, just giving it about, like, you know, I guess kind of just eyeballing it, and I just left it. So I went to sleep, prayed that, this trade would work out. And when I woke up this morning around, really, I was up around like 6 or so, just kind of eyeballing it. I saw that we were getting a push up because I still had the alerts going. So those alerts are just kind of set in stone over here on the, on trade lock. What is this? Trading View. So basically on Trading View, it'll, alert every single time that price is leaving those zones. If it's coming up underneath the 90 or if it's above the 10 and the bar closes on that hour. So it was triggering throughout the night, and so I was kind of able to eyeball that, overnight and see that, okay, price, on the 1 hour was pushing above the 10. So I was, automatically being like, okay, so we're getting a push, a reversal or, a retracement to be specific. And so by the time 9 o'clock happened or came around, I was, kind of up. I mean, I was up all through here, but I was kind of like in and out of sleep, to be honest. I was just kind of eyeballing it. And so basically I got out at 8:55, just a little bit before. You kind of see this, the 5-minute candle is wicking here. So would have been nice to get out right here, but I got out more so like up in here, right there. So I went out or got out for 4 contracts, and then basically I just trailed my stop loss just right above or right below, the wick on this candlestick, and, basically above this 5-minute, market structure here. Because basically what I didn't want it to do was, do a reversal, of which it ended up doing. So, and basically, yeah, so I got out with, in totality, $847.30 is what I made on this trade. When I got out at 4 contracts, basically I was sitting at $721 in profit, and then the one contract, by placing it right there, basically it was like $125 or $26. So that's what happened. Price went into that, and that was it. And as you can see, price ended up retracing, and it's pretty much been up ever since. It did, I guess, kind of come back down to where my trailing stop was. But again, I felt pretty solid about this trade because, again, I'm not really looking to give back profit like that. So it had already done its retracement. I, wasn't looking to sit through another one. So that is the trade for today. I hope that I was able to break that down. Hope I wasn't talking too fast or, out of breath throughout this whole thing. I need to go work out, and it's kind of hot in here, and so the audio cut out again. So basically, again, I just want to, say I hope that this video was helpful and informative, and hopefully I wasn't talking too fast, and hopefully you were able to, I guess, garner something from this video. But yeah, basically I pretty much got, I believe, like a 1 to 2, with it being a 1.78 or a 1.78 risk reward. Basically I risked about 500 on 500, it was like 427 on a trade is what I risked. And before, if I hadn't or if I had closed everything, then I would have closed out at $1,000. But I was more than happy with the $845 or whatever it was. So here what I'm showing is Euro USD, and just kind of explaining what happened with the bot and where the bot got in at. And again, you can see the markup on my YouTube channel. Basically I go live marking up the charts pretty much every night, and you can see how I marked up the euro, and you can see how I marked up the NAS 100. But basically here I'm just showing that the bot got in around 8 o'clock, and the markup is what it is, as you can see there. Basically the 4-hour price was pretty much at the bottom of the 4-hour order block, and basically again, price got in at 8, and what I'm showing here is that basically there's a 60 pip stop loss. That's pretty much the strategy when trading Euro USD. I have a 60 pip stop loss, which is really supposed to serve as like a non-stop loss. Like it just is really not a stop loss at all, but it is a stop loss. It's 60 pips. Basically, if price were to ever hit that 60 pips, it's pretty much blowing the account. But yeah, for this, it goes stop loss is 60 pips, and basically the bot is supposed to go and get 5 pips every day in whichever direction the bot is set. Basically, I have the bot set for going south, basically taking sells. And the reason being is that I'm basically just going with the trend, and the Euro USD has been in a downward trend for the last couple of days, maybe even the last 2 weeks. And so basically that's how I had marked up the chart. And yeah, that's what you see there. So yeah, I hope that this video was helpful and informative, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe. See ya.